Garrosh versus Rexar.
Let the hunt begin. Victory or death! The blade be thirsty.
Don't get too caught up in the fact that this is called a tempo deck. I mean, relative to a control warrior, it's certainly tempo-ish, but it retains a lot of its control elements.
I wonder.
Countess Ashmore's in the deck, or is good in the deck? Yeah, I mean, Show considered it too, but didn't actually put it in. Presumably because it's too slow.
What now?
Rush the enemy!
Rush the enemy!
Good old Frothing's back. I mean, Frothing Berserker and Kor'kron Elite are clearly two big tempo cards, right? Which you normally wouldn't expect to find in a Control Warrior deck.
Let the ice strike.
It's tempo because every card is meant to play close to curve, answer an average of 2 of their cards. At the end of the turn, Show aim to clear their board and have a minion of his own. Yeah, makes sense. This is a low tempo turn, but we're doing too well basically.
I concede.
That was a lot more convincing in the last game. That was a very good explanation. Thank you. Angry Absalom, thank you for subbing for 2 months, but we know in your heart, in our hearts, almost a year. Plexical, thanks for 55.
Garrosh versus Jaina.
You asked for it.
Victory or death!
The nice thing is, despite this getting a whole bunch of actual tempo-ish cards, still got a decent matchup against Tempo Mage. In fact, since Tempo Mage's danger is usually in the opening cards,
Hello.
this might be even stronger. It's a debate between playing a Mega Assembly early or not, because if it is Control Mage, I may actually need the value here. I'll hold on to it. If I knew he was gonna be a Tempo Mage, I would have just played a Mega Assembly. And when I was playing Controller, I actually played a Mega Assembly on turn 1. Because I figured I would just beat Control Mage by default. Which, by the way, ended up being false.
An incredible discovery!
Oh boy.
We have many secrets.
That was a fairly good hand there. Not too shabby. I'd actually forgotten that's a really good card to test against Counterspell also.
Let the pain speak to me.
It's the weakest one, but it makes him have to use some amount of mana to deal with this.
Someday I'll be just like you!
Can Warpath to get rid of 7 damage. I can play Zilliax to get rid of 3 damage. Set up for Warpath X3 next turn. Warpath X2 sets up for Dino.
Unity, precision, primitive.
Next turn, Warpath X3 might clear 1 more minion from him, though he's managed to hit most of his minions. Pretty fortunately for him. You got like... That draw was insane. What a yoke. I can't compete with a draw like that.
My blade be thirsty. Science overwhelming.
This deck should be favored against that deck too, but... You know, very inexperienced.
Crash versus Mecha Jaraxxus!
You face Mechajaraxxus! Victory or death!
The deck shares a lot of similarities to Control Warrior, but how it deals with the board is quite a bit different. Tempo Warrior is... Chances of him damaging himself and healing this turn are very slim, so this guy actually gets to hit this guy twice.
What now?
This guy draws either my 4-drop or 5-drop. Yeah, let's go for this guy first.
Choose!
This deck proactively plays threats, tries to keep them on the board each turn. The other deck waits it out a bit longer, tries to remove multiple threats. At the end of the day, both will get there to the end game, and both be similarly Control Warriors style. But the journey there has been different.
Ooh!
It's playtime!
Point 4. What about frothing? Frothing is looking pretty good here.
My blade be thirsty. Listen here!
Stop copying me! Stop copying me!
Bloodrazor will clear his board over 2 turns, so just gotta take a little bit of damage. Gain it back with the Zilly. Maybe Zilly will stay on the board for a little bit. Gain even more of it back. Dr. Boom, Mad Genius, and a Tempo deck seems strange, but kind of this hybrid. Tempo deck and a control deck decided to cross-pollinate.
Stop copying me! Stop copying me!
So this guy getting in 2 hits is really good, so I'll do that.
Unity, precision.
As in, like, 3 hits, since 1 hit, 2 hits, face, 3 hits, backswing.
It's playtime! Someone call for the...
I'm guaranteed to draw Bloodrazor. Or Super Collider. And Super Collider, I should say.
Not now.
I could keep Ziliax on the board if I wanted to. Cost for that is heavy. No, it's not. All I have to do is play Blood Razor. That's actually fairly good.
For Hellscream!
Or Super Collider, if I think Super Collider is better. Probably better here since I don't want to deal one more damage to Super Collider, or to Ziliax. The Ziliax, too.
Computing?
Trying to showcase Ziliax as a 5-star card here. Gained 6 health, took a soul fire. Got rid of the Leroy. Looking pretty good for him. Wanna... Probably the most reasonable answer for why is this a tempo deck, though, is its goal is to keep a minion on the board while also staying ahead of your opponent, which is usually clearing their minions, so in that sense, tempo is inaccurate. Statement about the deck. War times 4. Ramesh, leave 1 up. That's not even leaving 1 up. Huh. Both Soulfires used. Leroy is gone. Probably doesn't ruin Doomguard, so no more sources of charge, probably. Just Warpath 4 times.
For Hellscream!
Today! In the light's name.
Oh, wow.
Rush the enemy! Defend Gilneas! Attack!
I wonder what minion it could be.
Well played! You win!
We'll never find out.
The world is still doomed!
The Omega card, that would have been awesome. And 21 more games of straight wins to catch up the show's record. Yeah.
That deck is only for wild games.
Paper Pop Star and S-Curve, thanks for subbing. Fat Goofball, thanks for the bits. Man, I can't wait to kick this. Nasal migraine is apparently what I have.
Garrosh versus Gul'dan.
Your soul shall be mine! Victory or death!
Let's see, I believe against a Zudak, I would definitely want a 1-drop. And then Blood Razor, Forge of Souls, Frothing. Acolyte seems a bit too slow to keep. Dynamatic is considered, but nah. Oh, we got 3 of the cards I was looking for. Oh, this actually looks like a really nice tempo hand. Gotta play on 1. Probably coin out one of these 3s.
The light's name.
Probably the Frothing. Oh wow, Frothing into Frothing. Good curve. We look completely like a tempo warrior here. That's because we are one. We shall match Zoo at their own game. That's cheating.
In the light's name.
My blade be thirsty.
The Acolyte is too slow to play in this matchup. Yeah, man, this brings me back. Oh, I wish he didn't have that card. Or that's the card I was fearing. Woof. Could have played Corkron otherwise. And then taken a free trade. Oh, but that's the card I really want, so we're all good. Control elements this deck also. Got my Acolyte Execute value play.
How long can this go on? How long?
I'll even get to kill one of those guys off. No, we're not even gonna do the Execute, we're just gonna play Corkron into that. I might draw Militia Commander, not that it would matter because I'm playing Corkron.
For the war chief! For Hellscream!
So you can see this deck's just like a Tempo Warrior and a Control Warrior made a baby. And it's so adorable. No, my guys aren't mechanical. Rush the enemy! Defend the Galneos! By the end of the day, the deck's goal is to keep a minion on the board while clearing the opponent, so from that sense, Tempo Warrior? Sure, legitimate label, I would say. Especially for deck running Frothing and Corkrun. Try to snowball it out with Security River.
For Hellscream!
And it's a very modular deck, and obviously, like, it can play very differently against control decks. Riding them out with Dr. Boom, Mad Genius, wait for turn 2 with 10 with the Omega Assembly. Kind of like Hunter can modulate between trying to be aggressive and killing you and then playing Deathstalker Rexar and then grinding it out.
I wonder. Why do you call mushroom power extraordinary?
How do I want to play this? Do I want to try to get lucky? Because boy, if this gets lucky, I super win. Could do this. This is the safe play, I'll just do it. And I have the Lich King.
Well played. Well played. You win this time.
That was like the Tempo Warrior at its best. Curvy Addy turn Tempo Warrior. All the losses previously, by the way. Insane hands. Well, from one opponent. The other one was Spooky Death Reveliner. Caboose Man, thanks for 7. Got a few people chiming in today saying that they're normally YouTube watchers, so thanks for suddenly deciding to come on and push you guys. For whatever reason, and thanks for the support.
Garrosh versus Jaina.
You asked for it.
Victory or death!
Oh wow, look at that. Community sub gifts. Thanks, Tweaks. Awesome out. Congratulations those of you with good RNG. Something September, I don't really know many details about it. Acolyte of Pain is actually too slow against Tempo Mage. I should toss it too. Not that it's necessarily Tempo Mage, but we should mulligan for it. Has the Whizbang free-to-play been cancelled? I think sadly it has been, just because it would not be very interesting to see hundreds of Whizbang games, I'd say. It's one of those things that is just so much effort. Could it hit Legend? I still don't know. I'm gonna stick with a maybe.
Look! Look!
Ooh, it's a big spell mage. You're gonna get to see how this deck performs against a control deck. Bloodrazor kills it. Or Chrono Elite. Eh.
Rush the enemy! Defend Genius!
This deck actually loses a lot of its AoE board control, which means that I do need to pressure the opponent down as my goal instead of doing the try to answer every single one of their threats. But at the same time, Dr. Boom Mad Genius. Given that this hand doesn't seem that good at pressuring people, getting a Dr. Boom Mad Genius on 7 is really good for grinding out that value game. On 6 even. And the question is, should I go Corkron instead? And I don't think that that 4 damage is going to really change the flow of the game, but one extra turn of Dr. Boom could.
I'm so snappy.
So now you get to see this deck operate in this completely different mode of trying to win a long drawn out game. And if Scourge Lord Garrosh will just be never played this game.
Flames consume you!
Maybe I should have held that for the weapon. No, because Super Collider will be similarly good, I think. So I need one big answer for Alex Straza.
Defend the gates! To me!
Warriors of the frozen wastes,
That's all good for me. I don't have an answer to Alex Straza or Syndragosa, but we'll deal with that when the time comes.
Do not fear power. Fear those who wield it.
warriors of the frozen wastes.
So yeah, sit back and we're going to an out value game, I guess. Four to all minions. Seems solid, and I can throw this guy in with 2 to all minions. Do you need to save a warpath for the
This would be a good time for a
Aviana? Not Aviana. The bird summoning bunch of gals thing. How do I get Valley of Security Rover then?
Okay then.
Me hungry. You yummy.
There's Megas.
The blade be thirsty.
Unity, precision, primitive.
I must decide.
Pretty incentivized to break my weapon right now. It's too bad that I didn't have this death rattle activated. I thought it didn't matter. Wouldn't matter. Clearly not going to win in fatigue, so I do have to aggro him down.
Okay then.
That's like, oh, okay then, how do I do that? Two, three, six. Two there.
miles away.
Daughters of Flame, awaken!
I actually don't need to use Warpath on this like I thought I did, because he only summoned that many. So I break this weapon.
This would be a good time for a master plan.
Let's super collide the middle one. Oh, or I can just send the 2-3 into the middle one, super collide one into the other. Yeah, that'll work. And then I should draw cards because I need them.
Let the pain speak to me.
I love that fuse thing.
He gets a water alley, I get a guard bot. That's fair, right?
The tide is high.
Really does not look like this deck is capable of mustering enough value to actually beat the opponent down, though. So I guess this might just be one of those, you need to actually kill him really fast or you lose games. And I think that we did not kill him very fast. Not that we could have. I do not want this to go into one of those, but I guess we can just do this. But it only deal 3. Oh, whatever. I could play these, but I don't want to burn them in the AoE.
This would be a good time for a master plan.
is coming! Let the pain speak to me. I knew it!
For the war chief! For Hellsreed!
I do have to kill him fairly quickly, but if I play 2, it's just gonna be auto flame strike. It's rough.
Almost out of cards.
This situation has come up earlier. Do the same thing again. Again, he would just flame strike if I played news on top, but I only have so much time. Yet I think I do have to drag it out since he did use polymorph. Ultimately, there's no actual way to win.
I'm out of cards.
Oops, I should have played this. I'll play it now. Missed +2, but it doesn't really matter.
Sweet essence.
I need to just burn both polys. You should still have a voodoo dock. Oh, so painful.
Reality. Wove reality. Woven.
I think he must have another giggling inventor in that. And then probably still Syndragosa, and maybe even Alexstrasza also. Maybe he's holding Alexstrasza in the hand. In reality, I could have conceded a long time ago, but just wanted to see how it played out.
Self-destruct.
Garrosh versus Morgul.
Victory or death!
I think that last game, if I had a Dead Man's Hand in my deck, it would have been a lot closer. It would have been a very scrappy win if I did win. Let's see, Shaman. What are Shamans these days? Even Shaman. That's probably about it. I feel like the Warpath is good here. I can't really vocalize why. It shouldn't be good until turn 6. It shouldn't be good now. Heckblade 2, I guess. Oh, what a draw. One of the benefits of this deck is against slow control decks, you can take the fast win every so often. And this actually might be a fast win. It has that possibility. How's the opponent going to deal? Should I play Bloodraiser first of all? The answer is probably yes, but it's not like an immediate absolutely. Just like, did putting that at 3 make it so it was possible for him to clear this with Lightning Storm? That's about the only consideration. And this is +1. +1 more on the frothing. We'll set up the 1, 2, 3 defile. Oh man, he's Gamba. Oh. Waited this long. I have a play next turn. I could play the assembly next turn. They missed out on the world where I had lethal next turn. What a shame. That's like a lightning storm for the game. The good news is we're still free rolling for a win right now. Something like that. Yeah, I think I can wait for 10 for assembly.
Rush the enemy! Defend your earth! Listen here!
believe the opponent is playing a Shutterwalk deck. Not sure what flavor of it is. Like full Shutterwalk or some Shutterwalk, but should be a Shutterwalk. Which means this card pretty much doesn't matter. But then, yeah, I might as well say it's like a Rush Belly. Something. The Firefly means it's the mid-range Shutterwalk, yeah. That's the giveaway. Should've caught on to that. I knew I was like, there's some reason why it's a particular type of Shutterwalk, but I can't quite figure it out at the moment.
Listen here! Listen here!
Mushroom power!
Let's use this so I can have lethal next turn. Well, that doesn't look suspicious at all, though.
My jaws that bite, my claws.
That should be good.
My jaws that bite, my claws that catch.
That's a deck that I want to try out sometime. Mid-range Shutterwalk. Play Shutterwalk just for some value at the end. He's feeling pressured. And cool, Tempo Warrior manages to steal a win that I'm not sure Control Warrior would have been able to. Control Warrior is, you know, famously bad against late game Shutterwalk. Now this particular version gets diluted with all the Fireflies. And doesn't usually have Grumble or Zola. One moment. Drug break. Supposed to take these every few hours. They're making me not die. Alright. Man, I had such a headache 2 days ago and 3 days ago, and boy does it feel bad when you haven't had a headache for a decade.
Garrosh versus Maiev!
None can escape my fury.
Victory or death!
I hope this opponent is Quest Rogue because And then I hope I win, because it would demonstrate, hey look, this is one thing that this deck can do that Control Warrior can't. Beat Questroke. Something like that.
None will survive.
But it's just Odric. Time for a good old routine. Stay alive.
Hail, friend.
Greetings.
Listen here!
Makes this dagger less good. Very nice play. Very nice draw to get there. The ooze is also good. And Militia Commander is so good in the hand. It can deal with the Fledgling, it can deal with the Hench Clan, and it can survive to tell the tale. Oh, that's unfortunate. Hey, but I lose.
The light protects me.
And I'm tempted to save all this stuff for the Mossy Har, especially if you were to do the Gibbles next turn, but that's obviously too good, right?
Halt! Who goes there?
There's the stranded Hench Clan thing. Poor Hench Clan was stranded. That was sad. Getting into the mid-late game a lot easier than your usual Control Warrior would.
Gates to me.
And then I'm just gonna win with the traditional Control Warrior stuff. One of the reasons why this deck arguably might have a leg up on Control Warrior is the game plan against tempo stuff was generally this anyways. Survive early. Any means necessary. And having minions that are decent at fighting early helps survive early more often. Less secure of a win when you get to the late game, because there's not quite as much late game goodness, but getting to the late game, more consistent. Ow. Really? Okay. Or let's play this guy.
I will burn this world and rule its ashes.
I have enough health. Don't need any more.
Glory to the Sindori! Mushroom power!
Smart moves. I concede.
That was easy. See, some of you are interested in Eternal, probably because Eternal card game has tweeted out that I'm going live in it in like 30 minutes, so yeah, that's still the plan.
Garrosh versus Malfurion. I must protect the wild.
Victory or death!
Okay, Druid. Druid is going to be a deck where this being a tempo deck really changes up the flow of the game. Control Warrior versus Druid, grinding it out. It's a bit tough, it's a bit iffy. But why take that chance when you can just beat him up with Frothing Berserker? We might be slightly missing some of our early game plays to go with Frothing, but it's still Frothing. Here, my 3 mana 2/4.
The blade be thirsty.
Oh, wow. And this will probably take a little bit of time for decks to adjust to. Like, people are gonna see that Frothing Berserker and Cork Run Elite and be like, huh? All they've known through their life are Control Warriors this meta. Yeah, as much as I said, you know, this will show you the tempo warrior start. This is not particularly tempo worthy now, is it?
Listen here! Unity, precision, perfection.
I think I shall play my 5 mana 3 attack minion.
The circle of life is over.
My hand is full.
You will wither and rot.
That was an error.
Good news, that might not be that big a deal, since I wasn't going to win the late game against them anyways.
What now? Listen here! Rush the enemy! Defend your nest!
Maybe I'm just deleting myself.
Essence. Ah, sweet essence.
Maybe slight delusions. Dr. Boom, I didn't want him anyways.
The web.
tangled web.
Only a fool rejects the Lich King.
Flower power.
Light the fuses!
The chance I was gonna do what I wanted to do is very high there. Which is that? 1 here, 2 here, and then 2 or, well then 2 here pretty much. Looks like a toggle based deck based on how fast he's drawing. Which means it's better that, you know, he burnt my Dr. Boom than... What's the word? It's better that he burned my Dr. Boom than he got Dr. Boom. In theory. Oh. Oh. Aha. So he's got another naturalize for sure. Probably wants to naturalize me as he plays Togwaggle. But what would be really good is if he had to at least Togwaggle Azalina. It's possibly didn't have Azalina in the hand. I won't give him credit for having had it. Not quite yet. I mean, that's what you would have to do there. Have both. Let's try getting both of these out.
I'm almost out of cards.
We be taking this cat. His kobold way.
I'm almost out of cards.
And then usually they play the Azalina here. They have the King's Ransom. But I won't give him the credit for it unless he actually plays it. Because you never know.
I'm out of cards.
You wanted that wrath. So, yeah, I didn't get a particularly fast hand to stomp him with, but that's how I would have won. But the Dr. Boom Mad Genius wouldn't have had enough time to pay off, so it wasn't actually very critical after all. Yeah.
I choose death.
Oh, what if I get Mechathune? Oh crap, I should have stuck it out for that one. No, I would still lose too fast. Thank you to Mount Powpig, Paper Popstar, Jast, Bye, Spectacular, CM Sinus for 2 years, Chill Out Noob, Venicor, and Juice Bat for 7.
Victory or death.
Hey, his hero power didn't change. That usually means he's not the aggressive rogue, which means that this is a matchup for the Tempo Warrior to shine. Ah, it's the Quest Rogue, exactly what I wanted to match up against and draw Frothing Berserker for. Took me up here.
Swiftly.
Because while Control Warrior just fails against this deck, Tempo Warrior can beat him up. Right now all I have is a 4-mana 2/5 and a 5-mana 3/4 that damages my own guys, but in theory I would have the stuff. As I very aggressively go in for 1 damage. Not just tempo, or it's not just frothing for the tempo. Warp Rod is also good. Oh boy, as I draw all the control cards.
Defend the gates!
You like my invention?
I cry every time. Give me a little bit of luck here at least.
Light the fuses!
That was pretty lucky. Dynamatic Matter Bomber was exactly what I needed.
Nice to meet you.
Drink with me, friend.
Pressure's still low, far too low. But hey, it's a lot more pressure than he was probably expecting. From you queue up against Warrior, it's like, Control Warrior, easy free win. But not today, buddy. Not today. They can't afford to draw all the cards for the Vanish.
Unity, precision, perfection. Primitive.
To me!
Nice to meet you. My hand is full.
The burn doesn't matter much. Let's just play out this guy.
I hope you like my invention.
There once was a man from Gilneas.
Nice to meet you.
Good burn card at the end. So that's a bad one to burn. Damage to the Lich King probably won't matter, and the Lich King is probably getting frozen for quite some time. 2, 1, and 2 is the ideal. More likely that he gets the 2. Somewhere in my statistician head, it's like, why is it more likely Minstrel takes 2 damage than Lich King? It's because all chances that 3 damage go on the Lich King are also 3 damage on the Minstrel, but it can only take 2 damage. So basically every result that's 2 or higher gets rounded into the Minstrel. And that's your basic stats briefing.
Light the fuses!
Defend the gates!
There once was a man from Gilneas.
Yeah, Army try to high roll in the Gromish. He's used 1 Vanish. I can put him down to pretty low. Maybe lethal.
Come, try your luck.
Is he changing plans?
Nice to meet you.
Slightly strange. Uh, 3, 5, 7. So lethal if I get Gromish. Let's roll. Good play either way. My best play either way. Go! Oh my god! Oh, that's a high roll.
Take